minus 48. They might have a chance to see action tomorrow.
Yeah, if I'm on the lanes now, that's the number I'm looking for, is to get above that 48. I mean, because there's such a gap, you said, between 26
on Thursday night.
I'm not even sure. That was a long day.
It was a good time for everybody, though, no doubt about it.
I know what third place was.
Yeah, you got my $10 on the side.
Yeah, Rick's Pro Shop, we donated an extra $100, so everybody put in a little extra prize money, and it's always a fun time, and it's hard. The corners just don't fall, and then you have this pattern, a Don Johnson 40-foot pattern, and it just gets harder yet. So.
Yeah, messengers are few and far between in this bowling center, no doubt about it.
But today wasn't his day, and I know the fans are disappointed, but he'll have a safe trip back, and hopefully he can make it again next year.
And you don't get much of a break once we're done here, because the league's got to be starting pretty soon for everybody.
We start this Monday.
We're in frame 7, game 1. Look at how far left Kyle Troop is. That's almost fifth arrow at the arrows already. Still got 7 games to go. It must.
On the lanes.
Hand-eye coordination.
It's one question I forgot to ask Rick about the Linus Open. Has anybody been a part of the winning team? It's a four-player scramble. That is starting with the Chameleon Open. And they jump right back into it. PBA Japan season. And they have an event there that I would really enjoy seeing. The proprietor, Rick Harding, said earlier. Doesn't matter what we put out there. Our league bowlers, we only get a couple 300s a year. And a house. You're at least going to leave yourself something you can make at the end of the lane. A lot of times you make the smaller mistakes here, and you're dealing with sleepers, you're dealing with splits, washouts.
Wow.
Punch that one out like it was for 300.
Wow. You can just catch it on the far left of your screen. Head pin comes smoking across, takes out the 10 late. Mike Clark Jr.
How about this Kyle Troop, though, coming? See if Sterner can take advantage of that huge break.
I looked away to say goodbye to EJ Tack. What did Kyle Troop do?
Missed the 3, 6, 7, 10. Flash bounces back.
Well, Parker told us a story earlier that he shot 129 game 1 the year that one of the years here, and he finished second. So it can happen.
Yeah, that's a valid point. We have changed the calendar to the 26th of August.
Yep. And the regional in Japan is still going on.
They may have a winner by now.
it may be over. Now with that low scoring pace, Clark just got to be thinking, you know what, this got to stay clean, take it to the house.
That wobbled.
These two fight it out.
Wow, that wobbled in the front part.
So your leaders through A squad, Ryan Simonelli plus 106 as we move over
15. You know that all styles are in play. You look at the wall of champions they have here at looking to get a little better result. And surprisingly, last week in Delaware, Gene Carter Pro Shop Classic, Kent missing the cut there and missing the cut with a little surface on it right now on this Don Johnson pattern, 40 feet of brutality.
Front 2 for Loschetter, the 2009 champion.
Even if they think they know the differences from pair to pair to pair throughout the 8 pairs here in Playmore lanes, the lanes always find a way to strike back on them just when they think they know. Taking a Gator compact tractor or lawnmower for a test drive yesterday, or today it ended at noon, so I had Indiana for the Kenn-Feld group. Of course, they closed at noon today, so all of their employees could see the action. I've seen a few of those bright yellow Kenn-Feld group t-shirts walking around the concourse. For the local high school bowling teams.
Second washout in as many frames. Wrapped the 10 last time. This time, he takes the 10 out.
Jeff, how many times is Parker Bowling going to come in the front door of this bowling center today?
I never even see him leave.
No,
he just keeps arriving.
He just keeps coming in.
Pounding
Not
by the
that time.
booth after his last game. He was happier than anybody could possibly be. He just shot 256, and then he opens 3 times in the first 4 frames. But now
We are
with
here
the
in
double on.
Coldwater. The post office is literally about 2,000 feet from the bowling center. It was a quick trip. It was just all the trips I had to make in and out of the bowling center to get everything done.
So a couple weeks ago,
And by all means, as a player, you have to adjust to the conditions that are out there on the lanes themselves. But once you have something, or let's say some sort of game plan and a game plan formulated, then you got to look at, when are you bowling for the day or your regiment? Obviously, these players here started at 8 o'clock this morning.
power bar guy, a granola bar, fruit. You have to have something in that game block usually, right, just to keep the energy up there?
Some sort of candy bar, or, I'll say here, fortunately, we have 2 different appearances way early on in my career, and we've become extremely good friends, and they put on one heck of a show here. When you look at everything in this bowling center, almost standing room only.
Yeah, 10:30 a.m. on Saturday.
My unique story here about Coldwater, I tell people all the time when I go out. And clearly, I was 16 pins behind the next player in front of me, so I was rock solid last. As it would unfold, and I tell people that you never need to give up. You need to obviously dig into the trenches and figure out what's going on. 20 games later, how things can up and, I'll say, grab you without you realizing what's going on.
Well, we had a random fan who was walking through the door between your 20 passages through the front door. He walked by our booth, and that's what he said. Welcome to Coldwater. Someone out there is going to do it. If you do that, hook up 8 TVs, have every lane, every pair on there, and put a picture on the Flow Sports Facebook page for us, because that would be awesome.
That would, yes.
Easy to follow your favorite players as they go across this house. 8 games, 8 pairs. They're just going to move 1 pair to the right every single game. So if you're watching Matt O'Grady, Brian Robinson, Sam Cooley, J.R. Raymond,
throughout, as we have every single pair in the building covered.
Trevor Bessel, Tim Foy, and Francois. Is your takeaway, I guess, how do I ask this? How to say it right? Let me think. I can't think.
You have time.
So through 5 games, is Sean Rash really 300 pins better than me? Right? Better shot. Anybody?
They're trying to yield left and right when what they're really doing is yielding to each other.
I'll go.
For 3 in a row. Yep.
I think it was Fran's turn.
Wrong lane.
Clark with 1 regional win to his credit. That was in 2016 in Niles, Ohio.
Sterner comes in light, 210. Seeing a whole bunch of those today.
Well, is Sterner coming in with a bit of a disadvantage, having to sit through 2 other squads before coming back out the bowl? I'd say yeah.
Oh, you got a little putt-putt in. Yeah, nice meal. But, yeah, coming back here at 1 a.m. probably wasn't high on his list of priorities, but how about that?
There's the bounce. I think he likes it. I thought he liked it.
Another 210. He gave them a little bit more room, which is surprising.
Well, this point, how it's burned out, you can give it the room, but if you lose all the energy on the ball when it makes the turn like it did right there.
Yeah, one just quit. Oh, made it once, got to make it again. Simple as that.
Goes to that urethane for the spare. That ball might be older than Flash himself.
That was a Phantom, it looked like.
It was. I loved my Black Phantom back in the day. A little more conventional conversion.
Yeah, a little more.
We're going to throw a 10-pin your way. And good cover there. Last year, we were on the Tournament Champions pattern. It doesn't matter. They try to jam it up the gut here and try to take the lane out play. So often, it seems, the week 10.